I'm Fredrik Leilani, and I'm the filmmaker.
And I'm Leilani Farha, and I'm the advocate.
And this is Pushback Talks Summer Special, where we play with words, me and Leilani, and we call it Word Food. Leilani, are you ready?
I feel like I'm on a game show.
You are.
I'm ready.
Let's go. The word of the week, or the words of the week, is ROI, return on investment.
ROI.
Yeah.
Not Y.
I said I. I'm Swedish.
Okay.
Come on. Don't expect me to be
I
perfect in your
Swedish.
in your
Right.
English.
In my English. Return on investment rules the day. That is how our whole world seems to be structured, where business interests and the interests of finance and investors and their return on investment is what government policies and programs support. And it is how our entire world, almost every sector, is constructed, whether it's the housing sector, the health industry, education, I'm sure in the arts. And it's really, in my opinion, ruining our world.
Yeah.
Because it means that we're not thinking about other things like people and human well-being and the planet and the boundaries of the planet, what the planet can withstand. It's all extraction, and for who? Just a very few, mostly white men.
Yeah. I think also, sometimes I think of the meaning of the definition of the word investment, because you invest a lot into your work. I invest a lot into my work. So that's kind of, in some way, positive investment, but we are also in a society where that kind of human investments are not valued. So it's only money investment that counts, not the other kind of efforts that we do for a better society. And I think that's the balance that is also brings everything down, because a lot of these investments that we see in the housing markets are now actually not making anything better. They don't even produce anything. They just make stuff more expensive. So it's now we landed in a situation where we pay tax to investors, because in every cup of coffee we buy, everything we do, we have to pay to them. And they are all the time looking for the next place to put their money. Of course, now they will put a lot of money into the war machine because that's where the money is,
Exactly.
So again, it's not that productive. But
no. The one thing I will say is, when I think of the term return on investment, I do think there is an opportunity there to have that conversation that you just started around, well, there are different kinds of returns. So you can have a financial return, but you can also have a well-being return. And in my world, we've started to talk about human rights outcomes. So economies that produce human rights outcomes. So the return on investment would be the fulfillment of human rights or the enjoyment of human rights. And so there's a way in which we can play with this idea of ROI in my world. And that's what I've been trying to do recently.
I think you can also think about love and love investment. You do good stuff and you get something in return. That's how we should see the world, isn't it? Love the return of investment. Now you have to push me a word, baby.
Okay, I'm going to give you a word. Oh my gosh. Savior.
Savior. Leilani, I would say that you're my savior some days. Because, you feel grinded down by work or of challenges to fund the films, which has become increasingly so tough. I just heard now that the House of Representatives in the US want to close down the public broadcasting system. Everything down. All
like NPR kind of thing?
Yeah, everything. No, all the money from the federal level.
Wow.
So, but you are my savior, but it's tough. We in tough times, you know. So we need saviors, and we need this kind of inspiration. I'm always come back to inspiration. The people who save me are the people who inspire me, and to make my brain go kind of bright again. You know, it's like because you can feel grinded down, and you have that for me, and I think also the podcast gives that to me, some kind of brightness. I feel that I have to kind of push myself a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's interesting that sometimes I feel lazy, but whenever I push myself, I also feel a bit lighter. And so you are my savior. That's my only...
That's amazing.
You are my savior.
I'm happy to play that role, sure. Yeah. I have the other side. I keep like doing this flip, the other side of savior. One of the things in my world, my advocacy world around housing, is the very actors who've caused this crisis of affordability and homelessness and just precarious housing conditions and living conditions. Those very actors, the private equity firms, developers, pension funds, they want to act like they are also the solution to the crisis, the saviors. They're going to swoop in and build, and save us all.
Just talking points.
Exactly. False saviors.
They are fake saviors.
Fake saviors.
Let's fuck the fake saviors.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for today. That was 2 more words. Next week.
2 more.
2 more.
So, if you like our podcast, you have to let us know. Please send us comments, rate us. I think that helps promote the podcast. Tell your friends about us. We need more listeners, and we need a little bit of love too. Love can come in the form of money. If you want to give us a little money every month, you can go to patreon.com, look for Pushback Talks. Every euro, every pound, every dollar buys Fredrik a cortado. No, it helps us produce the podcast. Otherwise, we do it for free.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Pushback Talks is produced by WG Film. To support the podcast, become a patron by going to patreon.com/pushbacktalks. Follow us on social media at make_the_shift and push_the_film. Or check out our websites, maketheshift.org, pushthefilm.com, or breakingsocialfilm.com.